Hello, one and all, and welcome to Unbalanced Encounters. And I can't believe I'm doing this again. This is the session 0 for the first arc of our second season. How's everybody doing?
We are so back. We are so back.
I am your host, Patrick Perini. If you are new to this show, welcome. As I said, this is our session 0 for the arc that we are calling The Misfortunate 4. Say hi, Misfortunate 4? Does that fit? That feels wordy. Anyway, say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hey. Do we get to determine the order number? Like, who's the Misfortunate 1? Who's Misfortunate 2?
I think you have to fight. Actually, you know what? Here's what we're going to do is I'm going to keep a leaderboard, and as you guys do better as players, we're gonna reorder that live on the thing. Not characters, as players. So you gotta
the more
How personal. Hold on here.
I feel misfortunate.
Yeah. The more ones you roll, the lower your score.
Emily.
I was about to say, I think somebody's got that.
Okay, then I'm good with this. As long as Emily's ready to take that bottom rung.
Don't matter what dice I roll, it will be bad.
Okay. So there's definitely at least one person out there who has not listened to Unbalanced Encounters so far, and this is their first moment hearing the show.
Name them.
What the fuck? Rob.
Hi, Rob.
We just freaked somebody out.
Yeah.
Somebody is not
So
okay
glad
right
you're
now.
here, Rob.
We
Thank
appreciate
you,
you,
Rob,
Rob.
for
You're the GOAT. We are going to go ahead and introduce ourselves because Rob hasn't met us yet. So let's go around the table. We'll go ahead and start with Cinder.
Hello, my name is Cinderblock Sally. That's my internet name, at least. I am a YouTuber / person of the internet. And are we talking about ourselves or our characters or both?
Just yourself for now. We'll get to character.
All right, I make silly shorts on the internet. I talk about homebrew a lot. I've been in the space of D&D and fantasy sci-fi for a little minute. Chocolate milk is the best breakfast drink. And
Agreed.
and I'm colorblind. Deal with it.
I don't think I can, actually. I feel like this is causing me to need to leave this show now.
Especially in my audio podcast. How dare you?
Yeah, I've never sat at a table with someone colorblind before. I don't know how to navigate this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's uncomfy at first, but give it a while and
Okay.
you'll get used to it.
Okay.
You'll be all right.
You'll figure out how to translate. Every time you use color in a description, you have to pick one of the ones that Cinder can see.
Yeah. Actually, I will say this separately. I've seen people describe colors more as feelings and textures, and I really love that.
Oh, that's really cool.
Cinder, do that.
Okay.
Right now. Do a colorblind for the audience, Cinder.
All right. Did that little break get picked up?
We are so
I'm
back.
I'm getting a chartreuse.
Okay. All right. Craig, why don't you go next?
Hey, y'all, how you doing? My name is Craig. I go by Craigums on the social medias of things. And you can find me on all types of things as Craigums. I also have been in the tabletop RPG space of just creating memes, talking about different systems. No 5e like the back of my hand, but really enjoy other systems such as Monster of the Week and, World of Darkness. Just been all around the landscape of playing all those awesome games with my awesome friends, most of them here, playing on this podcast, this award-winning podcast that we hang out on.
We did win an award last year, didn't we?
We did.
Forgot about that.
That's right. Throw down
did.
those credentials.
Yeah.
We definitely didn't deserve it. It was definitely like a fluke of the universe. They mistyped the actual winner, but I'm not correcting anybody.
No, remember, we're talking to Rob here, our new listener. Like,
Yeah.
we deserve
Rob,
this. You're going to be very happy being here.
You're not flexing for Rob, Pat. I need you locked in, okay? We need to have Rob come back.
Heard. Rob, we are the best. Fantastic. Why don't we go to Caustic next?
No, I'm not ready. Yes, I'm Caustic Phoenix, also known as Bat Godsey around the space. I do both TTRPGs and gaming esports, so I live kind of one foot in both worlds and also in academia. A little mix and match. You'll probably find
That
me most often
classic
over
trio, that classic trio of
everything.
esports, TTRPGs, and academia.
Yes, we just say yes to
So nerd.
a thing. Yes, I just love things, as it turns out. You'll find me most often either on my own channels under Caustic Phoenix or working for the gamers, where every Monday I interview women in the gaming space, which is always a blast. And I sit on a variety of tables, a lot for good causes, always for good stories. And I've done anything from online shows, in person, to even DMing for T-Pain. So, it's fun to just do
cool.
everything.
Still the wildest thing
That
that I've
was
ever
so-
fucking.
That was so.
First of all, that was such a fun game to watch. And I don't know if you remember this, Caustic, but I was like screen capping little moments and I sent some of them to you because they were just such perfect. Like a picture of like you and T-Pain hugging at the end was just so amazing.
I saved
Also,
all
that
of
was the best self-pitch I've ever heard.
It was
Thank you.
incredible.
Yep. Just drop
have
that
done
bomb
this
at the end.
before.
Just dunk it real quick. Just like.
I need everybody in the audience to understand that Caustic is way cooler than the rest of us.
No.
We've
Yeah.
not
We're
DM'd
working
for
on it.
T-Pain, so
We're working on it.
Well, I'm really
Caustic,
excited.
welcome
I've
to the show.
never had an audience of a goat before. They have creepy eyes, so I like that they're separated from this. But Rob, very thrilled. This is a new checkbox
you,
for
Rob.
me.
Big fan.
so
Didn't realize
thank you.
Rob was a literal goat, but that makes
Oh,
a tremendous amount of sense actually now.
Yeah, goat.
Yes.
What are the statistics of
Yeah.
Rob? First, finding a Rob that listens
Sure.
to Unbalanced Encounters, and then them being a goat that just it happened to be playing by the pen.
It's gonna freak
And
out one
I built the
goat.
story now.
There's
You guys
It's gonna
options.
freak
created
out
this in
one
my
goat.
mind.
It's gonna.
Yeah.
That's oh my
just-
god.
There's going
We're
to be a
just gonna
listener
hear-
out there who has a goat farm.
There's
Yeah,
a
100%.
there's
Come
a
on.
human-like scream of a goat happening right now.
They scream with their
Somewhere.
tongues. Have you noticed that? Like when they open their mouths, yeah, the tongue.
Emily, that was actually quite good.
Yeah.
Nice. And a great segue. Emily, say hi.
Hi. Hello. I'm Emily Greymoore. I am somewhat online. You can find me at Emily Greymoore in most places. I have a game on itch if you're interested. So I design and I've created a TTRPG, which is nothing like what we're going to be playing in this.
The complete non sequitur.
It has absolutely 5 rules and it's great. So if you don't like maths, that's the game for you. Anyway, other than that, I just do other random TTRPG shenanigans. So I do this. I do a little bit of voice acting and narrating on occasion. A couple of streams here and there. But yeah, I'm just sort of around and up to mischief. That's generally me and my vibe. And then I'm here to make Patrick's life miserable because I'm married to him and he has to do what I say.
Legally.
Here.
Legally
It's
binding.
contract.
Here.
So if I don't like what's
Here.
happening to my character, I'll just off
We'll never
screen,
hear from
off
Patrick.
mic.
The consequences. We're going to
Yeah.
call those consequences.
If you come back next episode and things have drastically changed, you know what's happened.
That's
So-
a marital retcon.
Like, you're being too mean to Caustic. You need to fucking change that shit. And he'd be like, okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's gonna
Listen,
be
if
caustic
anything happens,
specifically.
not that I want it to, but Emily, I'm here for you.
This is solidarity.
An
This is what we
alliance has
need.
been set. I feel safe in this.
I got you, girl.
Patrick.
I got you, girl.
I just forgot she rolls the most nat ones. This may be a terrible choice.
Right. So this is how this is breaking down. This is how this is breaking down. I'm getting factions. It's giving factions, and I feel like
Yes.
it's going to be the players versus me. But I think I also have the dice. So I'm not sure if that's going to work out well for you guys in the long run.
Yeah, he does roll a lot of nat 20s. A lot of nat 20s.
I mean, we could
This
just
is
start
why we need
lying
to
about our
move
dice
away.
rolls.
I
Yeah.
just want Patrick. I don't want Patrick to just end up as one of those "Am I the asshole?" Reddit stories.
I'm gonna go to
this
NADPOD's dungeon court. My wife, the award-winning actual play player, thinks I'm being an asshole. She's got to be wrong, right?
I've been nominated twice as best D&D
that's
player,
true.
but I've not actually won anything
That's
yet.
true.
So maybe this will be the time.
This year.
This will be the time.
Manifesting. I feel like if we made a stat of how many times somebody else has made other people laugh in our podcast, Emily is like so far high up there.
That's the real
Tiered.
leaderboard.
Yes.
That's the real number one
Yes.
slot.
Hey.
And it's not listener, Rob, I need you to be with me in this space for a moment
Robert.
because I need you to understand it's
Number
not,
one
it's
slut.
not close.
Number one
It's
slut. Get
not-
your head out of the gutter.
What
Rob.
just happened? Rob,
Wait, Rob's
what
a
are you
slut
doing?
now?
No, he was just
No.
getting dirty in his thoughts, and I was just trying to set him.
Oh.
I'm a slut, and I have won an award for that.
Let's go.
News to me.
United.
Incredible.
and whatever she does, she's a boss.
100%.
Check out the
100%.
Patreon.
Wait, shit, I think by the time this comes out, we're going to be on our website. So go to unbalancedencounters.com if you want to.
Yeah.
Anyway.
/ OnlyFans.
The feet pics are only my feet, guys.
There is gonna be at least
the
one
only one that
person.
submitted
Only.
feet pics.
Yep.
I do
I
think there's
thought
going to be
we
at least
were-
one person that will now check to see if that
100%.
exists in real
100%.
life.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
set up a page on our website that is /OnlyFans, and it's just going to be,
Yes.
Craig, do send me one feet
should just
pic,
get
and I'll
sent
just
I'm
to
sending a toe.
Just
I was
one
going to
foot.
say, I think it should get sent to like a little gif of us just all doing this.
doing a little dance.
Doing
Yeah,
a
there
little
you go.
dance.
That's really
That would
good.
make money.
That would make money. It's a gif of us doing a dance, and then a big button that says subscribe.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it too millennial of me to be like it's just like leak spin? You know, when you would go
Yeah,
on
yeah, that's
leakspin.com
pretty-
and like sit there
yeah,
for like
wow.
3 hours,
Yeah.
and it'd be like a little
Ooh.
counter.
3
We're
hours,
old.
Emily.
We're
Okay, more than
old.
that. More
3
than that.
hours?
We know it was more.
You need help.
Craig, there's nothing to do in England. Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
It's true. It's true. This was before we had television.
England actually had the internet
They were
before
just
television.
heavy. They were so
we had
heavy.
flash. We had flash animation before we had television.
Remember the little stick fights? Ah, fuck. Back to
All
podcasting.
right, we need to log it in. Rob is getting impatient.
Sorry, Rob.
So Cinder actually said something that I think is really interesting, which is that you all can now technically cheat on your dice rolls, which is, for all intents and purposes, legally true. Don't. Because I have cameras in your house. They're pointed at you right now when we're recording this. I'm not sure if you guys were aware.
Oh.
But it's relevant because we are, for the first time in Unbalanced Encounters for the main show in our history, we are moving away from Dungeons and Dragons, and as a consequence, D&D Beyond. So we are going to be rolling actual dice for this show.
ASMR.
We're going to be rolling real dice for this show. Somebody's got a glass container, I guess. Oh, it's a cup.
Oh,
Little
that's
kitty
so
on
cute.
it.
It's a little lucky cat.
And we are going to be playing. We're going to be playing a bit of a different game. And Cinder, why don't you, since you brought this up, you brought this upon us. Why don't you tell us what game we're going to be playing?
Sure. Well, we are going to be playing a game called Tales of the Valiant, which, if you are not aware, is a game that is created by Kobold Press. Kobold Press has been around for a while. They have been making D&D 5e content for a while. And I will say, just from experience as somebody who reads a lot of homebrew and also somebody who is obsessed with monsters, they make amazing monsters. And part of, I think, why we were excited about doing Tales of the Valiant was everything that they have made for D&D has been really fun and interesting and hectic, and Tales of the Valiant is different than D&D, but it is also not crazy different. It is more similar to D&D than something like Powered by the Apocalypse or Kids on Bikes. We're still using a D20 system. We still have the same stats and class type system, but there's a lot of refinement in terms of how certain features work and how just the game plays in general. And we wanted to try something different, shake it up, but we didn't want to shake it too, we didn't want to break the stem. So Tales of the Valiant is like a reasonable step to the side of D&D, where we're still going to be doing that same fantasy, evocative, rolling, getting nat 20s stuff.
Roll for initiative, things like that.
All sorts of things we're going to be rolling for. We're going to be rolling so much our backs are going to hurt. But the thing is,
Craig is really trying to parse these metaphors right
because if
now.
you roll too much, you might get a backache because we're old.
I'm still on break the stem.
Because if you shake something too much, you might break the stem.
Just go.
plants
It's
are
fine.
wrong?
It's
I'm
fine.
gonna let you
It's
cook.
fine.
I'm gonna let you
It's
cook.
fine.
I'm gonna let you cook.
Carry on.
It makes perfect sense.
It does.
But yeah, I don't know. That's about it. Tales of the Valiant. It's a cool system. And it is. That's what we're going to be using.
You guys have created some real bozos for this fucking game.
Accurate.
All right.
So we're calling this game the Misfortunate 4, and it is a deeply apt moniker. High level. What the hell is this game? Fuck it. I'm gonna call on somebody. Rather, does anybody want to describe the point of the Misfortunate 4? Anybody want to pitch it for Rob?
I'll give it a go. I'll probably get it wrong. So, once upon a time,
Jesus.
in
Oh, give me that sweet
I'll be back in 10
narrator.
minutes.
Yeah,
Let me know
like,
when
I'm gonna
everyone's
take
done
a
this
small
intro.
break.
I'm here. I'm listening.
go play with my dogs
You
minute.
lost 2 listeners, but I'm here for you.
Are you sitting comfortably, children?
Oh Jesus.
No, right. So the Misfortunate 4 is set in a waterlogged western. Is the kind of like genre, I guess, that has been bandied around this group over the last kind of few weeks. Imagine a sort of ramshackle at the bottom kind of town in sort of like a big basin, and then it gets very posh and very elite the higher you go up out of the mud. And this town is centered around adventuring parties delving deep into a mountain to get as much of this mysterious dragon horde that they possibly can. And the whole economy is based around this sort of like dungeon delving aesthetic. And I love it, and I'm really into it. And so imagine kind of like Delicious and Dungeon, a bit of cowboy aesthetic, kind of like all mingled together in this sort of gold rush town.
I think we actually missed a big opportunity to create mystery, and we should have called ourselves the Misfortunate 5. And the entire time, people are like, "But who's the
Who's the
fifth?"
fifth?
Who's the 5th?
That's actually going to be the sequel.
That's the scene. We just add one more.
Damn it.
Or -1.
Or we just we announce early it's 3, and we're like, "Who's gonna get cut?"
Guys, I'm getting so spoiled for this game. I need y'all to just take it
We need to
down.
dial
a
it in.
notch.
We need
Fair.
to dial it in.
Well,
But-
you guys
but-
are already on the spoiled list, so it's fine. Leans into it. Oh, I'm sorry. We haven't talked about characters yet. That's a spoiler.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's-
say anything.
There we
Rob,
go.
avert your
Caustic,
ears.
stop talking.
Avert your ears.
But you guys have created some absolutely incredible
Bozos, as you said.
bozos, incompetent, just really utter dog shit adventurers.
All right.
Yay.
Yep.
I mean, speak for yourself.
Please tell me that's on the social media promos. Like absolute dog shit characters. Tune in Tuesday.
It should be. I want it so bad.
Somebody clip this. Chat, can we get a clip? Yeah. So you guys have come up with some incredible characters for this weird waterlogged western that we are doing, and I'd love to kind of go around the table again and get a sense of who they are. And I think we can probably start where we started introductions. Why don't we start with our boy Cinder Weevil? Tell us about Weevil.
Cool. I'm going to be playing a very different character than I played in our last game. Maybe the opposite. I'm going to be playing a character called Weevil Woebringer. He is a small, scrawny person. He's a human. And
Humansman?
yeah, I know. Crazy, right? And I am going to be a magic boy. Weevil Woebringer was raised by hags, not in the city of our adventure, but out in the boonies where monsters roam and horror is more normal. And he has come to the big city to be an adventurer for the first time. He is doing hag magic. He is going to be taking apart bits of monster and putting it back together to do weird, gross stuff. But he's got big eyes, a big heart, and he's trying to make it in the world of adventuring with a very naive understanding of how the world works. I'm also going to be using we're going to be using a wizard as the chassis for this guy.
Nice.
But we are going to be using a homebrew subclass. This homebrew subclass is called the Moat Tamer. The idea of the subclass is that you have a elemental type spirit that is bound to you, but in a different sort of way than like you have a minion. This spirit has no personality, it has no sentience, it has no consciousness. It essentially acts as like a second pair of hands that you can use to assist in manipulating the world around you or using tools or that sort of thing.
Cinder, what color is his? What color is his eyes? What color is his eyes?
I want to punch you so hard.
Like, what was that?
Okay, I could give you.
Is this a
do you want
thing?
me to
Like,
give you my honest,
what's his
real
favorite
answer?
color?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I care so little. That's my answer. My answer is I don't care. The thing is, I don't ever have to look at those eyes. So
Are
it
you gonna
really
roll like
doesn't
a
matter to me.
d6? Like, yep, that's the color of his eyes. Done.
I think. Yeah. No, I'll say they're hazel.
Really dark.
Because somebody's gonna think
that's
that's
a good color.
No, this is
Yeah.
perfect.
See,
I
so Emily cared that I said hazel. If I said brown, she would have been like, no one would have said a goddamn thing.
No,
They're
this is
normal-
better
they're
because you
normal
don't have to
human
look at your
colored
eyes. Hazel's
I've
one of
been
those
called
colors
out.
that can seem like a lot. I feel like the rest of our characters are going to be looking at your character's eyes and trying to figure out what color they are now. You don't
Maybe,
think it's a big
maybe,
deal.
maybe.
Now it's my goal as a player to make your character's eyes a big deal.
Maybe.
Yes.
I do think that my character is he's going to be a pretty normal looking human physically, but he is adorned in bones and sinew and armor that is made of like bits of monster and animal and sort of gory things.
That's what I wear to
really-
school every day. Yeah.
Right.
Normal human wear.
Normal human
wear,
academic clothing,
Yes.
really.
Yep. Yep.
Peak professorial vibes off of that one. Weevil's kind of a young guy, right?
Yeah, Weevil is. I haven't decided exactly.
Sure.
Somewhere between 19 and 20.
Something in that range.
Young
Fair.
new adventurer.
kind of the opposite of Guard in both directions, because Guard was simultaneously free and the heat death of the universe, right? Like,
Yeah, I'm really leaning into this character being like a Pixar Disney prince type adventurer. He is way too optimistic. He is young and naive, but really well intentioned. He just happens to have the look of a villain and was raised in a society where horrible things are pretty normal.
which I love for a Western. That's just the best aesthetic that we possibly could have layered in there.
How does Weevil feel about his new life journey or heading into the new
So
chapter?
Weevil, I don't know if we've talked about this, but the way we've talked about our characters so far, I actually think that Weevil might be the only person that is excited to be here.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's a good point.
Because Weevil is genuinely moving away from his family. He's separating himself from the world of hags and villains to try to make it on his own as an adventurer. And he is really eager to do so and genuinely excited to be working with other adventurers and other humans, because he doesn't really know other humans. Or very few. He doesn't really have like real relationships with other humans.
All right, Tarzan, calm down.
It's not. I know he doesn't hang out with monsters. He doesn't hang out with hags. Listen, all he hangs out with is like hags and vampires and stuff.
He just starts singing Phil Collins. And
I want to
Yeah.
push in on Craig right now. I really want to get that Phil Collins
we
impression on
actually have
tape.
Phil Collins doing
Well,
the
do your
soundtrack
jobs.
to this.
just like me.
Yeah.
How much do you think it would be to hire Phil
This is all
Collins for
parody.
We
This is all
Tarzan, except instead if he spent all of his time swinging on vines and getting strung, he spent all of his time like sitting in a dark room, like sticking together bones like Legos.
I love the idea that you're a
wanna
Lego
be
kid, but
where
it's
the
just
people are.
bones.
Yeah, 100%.
He's singing Little Mermaid.
That's fucking great.
I would like Phil Collins
but no,
to sing
Weevil-
Little Mermaid. Yes.
That would be
Yeah,
so good.
but no, Weevil's really excited to be going on an adventure. He really wants to try to become an adventurer. And I think he doesn't know what his long-term goal is exactly, whether that is going to be to become like a man of legend or not. But he is eager to dive in a way that probably is going to maybe almost annoy the other people in the party.
I love that.
Maybe you mean it will.
100%.
Too much of an optimist, I think, is where we're
Tell
going to go
me,
heading in.
who is Weevil leaving behind? You said raised by hags. Like, is it
Yeah, so
multiple?
Weevil has 3 aunties/grandmas.
Love that.
what are their names again?
May, Myrtle, and
Myrtle,
something else.
Myrtle, Mildred, and May.
Mildred.
Mildred.
And the
And
Santa Maria.
he's leaving.
Got it.
He's leaving them. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
That's the one you sailed over, right? Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
That was the name of the dog.
I'm writing this down. So they have a dog named Santa Maria.
That's like a blink dog. It's not just a dog.
A blink
Okay.
dog named
Hellhound
Santa.
or something.
Oh my god. Oh man.
But yeah,
Amazing.
he was raised by these hags, and he works, and he is sort of like working for them too. Like when they chop up monster parts and sell them, he's like helping facilitate that. So he's basically leaving behind the family business, which is really not the forefront of adventuring. It's more like the industry that supports adventuring behind the scenes. And he's also sort of leaving behind the path of villainy. Or the path of villainy, which I think he would likely find himself on if he just stayed with the hags.
That's good.
All
Is
right.
that good?
I think so.
Is that enough?
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
All right, cool.
We got some workable audio in there. I feel like we got some stuff that's gonna, tickle Rob.
I don't know if goats are ticklish.
Can somebody in the chat? I feel like somebody in the fucking audience knows the answer to that question. Can you
No.
get
You're
at
not
us?
streaming.
No.
What the fuck do you mean somebody in the chat?
If you know whether a goat is ticklish, I need you to stay the fuck away from them goats, man. I ain't cool.
We can't be friends if
Leave
you know the
those
answer
goats
to
alone.
this.
Leave those goats alone.
Why you tickling goats?
Leave those goats alone.
Oh
Oh
man.
man.
It's a classic song, one of my favorites.
Yeah, that might need to go on a shirt.
Another bale in the wall.
Oh, Jesus fuck. Okay, Emily, you're next.
No!
Oh wait, no, it's Craig. I said we go in
Yay.
order. It's Craig. It's Craig.
Yeah, it's your
Sucks to
turn
be
now.
you, bro.
All right,
All right.
Craig. Introduce us to Odeon, if you'd be so kind.
Absolutely. Odeon Osprey Heronshaw is
Also known as O.
Yeah. He goes by Odie. Hey, you guy over there. Odeon is a elfin. I'm doing great with this.
It's all right. Take time.
Elfin fighter. That's right, everyone. No casting from your boy. We going full on
Yeah.
melee.
I love how Craig, when you came to me and you were like, I don't want to cast spells. You were like, it felt like such a big like, oh, I want to get as far away from Isaac as possible. As if Isaac didn't spend 3.5 arcs not believing magic was real.
Yeah, but that was the bit. He didn't believe magic was real, but he was the caster of the party.
Yeah, he
That's
was.
the thing.
Yep.
But,
All right, I accept. We're going actual no magic for Odeon this time. Carry on.
Absolutely.
Also the opposite, which is great. We're all
Completely
doing opposites today.
opposite. Oh yeah, Odeon. If you loved Isaac Axtrummer, get ready because Odeon is nothing like him.
Get ready.
Craig, can you sell it? I feel like you're selling it. Like, can you? I mean,
here, check this out. We got privileged
Oh my.
upstart who's raised by a father who really doesn't love him that much. Odeon basically is set up in the Osprey lifestyle of becoming an adventurer through training and money. They just throw money at him to become the best adventurer out there. And with that, Odeon has really gone into this whole concept as, no, this is how the world works. And we'll get a lot of world building information from him because he looks at everything very logically. He's like, oh, I was made to adventure and protect those around me. That's why I'm so rich. And imagine a person just saying, no, trickle down economics work exactly how they need to.
oh no.
I have all this money, and then eventually
Not
it'll
the
get
young
to you.
Republican. Oh no.
You just got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah,
Right
if
in
you
here.
do what you
Yeah.
need to do correctly, my money will eventually get to you, and that is how. Oh, you're gonna hate him. I can feel you guys hating my character already because I hate him. Oh boy, and that's where character growth comes from. But no, Odeon is from this system a weapon master fighter. And I did say, I was really excited about not casting spells because I wanted to be less complicated. Guys,
Oh man,
Oh man,
Tales of the
honestly-
Valiant,
Jesus.
they popped off with this.
they
one.
go ham with you being any type of melee character. You will not just say, and I attack. There are so many added on systems to this. I'm really excited about this
If
character.
you want as many options as a wizard, maybe consider genuinely when we were spinning up Cinder's character, it was like, oh wow, you have the least amount of options from everybody else. Like, fighters go hard in Tales of the Valiant.
Patrick literally said, Craig, I cannot assist you.
I can't
with your
track this,
character.
man. I can't
You have to
track
track all of this on your own. And I was like, okay. But yes, Odeon is a sweet pea. He's just a little bit out of the know of how, actual life works. And hopefully joining in this adventure, he will learn more about gaining actual wisdom and experience of what life is. Really excited for the journey with all these goofy goobers and having so much more money than all of them and having no charisma whatsoever this time.
None. -2 to charisma, pretty sure.
Good.
Really leaning in. Really having a good time.
What is the weapon of choice for your fighter?
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. He is going to use a pike as his main weapon of choice. This majestic, very
Classy.
expensive looking,
Is it like a family legacy? Like,
kind of, sort of. If they probably said that when they bought it.
there's value.
There's so much value in this. We've had it for generations. Just put it-
Traditional.
Well, as we
Yeah.
know, a story adds value, right? So
Exactly.
fair.
But no, he's going to be using this pike similarly to a spear because the whole concept for Odeon is everything has been trained into him to the point of like all his from his education to the way he lives and everything. So much has been invested into this one person. Like he needs to be the best at fighting because that's all he knows, because it's everything that's gone into him. So what's the best combat weapon through quote unquote history, or like medieval times, would be like some sort of spear and or pike. So that's what he's gonna rock.
Are his favorite things his actual favorite things, or just things that he's been told should be his favorite things?
Yes.
And are there a few of them? And are they these? Are these a few of his favorite things?
Oh, nice. I love that.
Cue the music.
To go off that, absolutely, he doesn't know who he is at all because he's been told who he is his entire life.
I feel like our characters are opposite.
They are.
It's going to be fun.
Because you and me, the players, were like, we want something completely different than our characters last time.
Yeah.
And you made guard and I made Isaac. And we did the complete.
So
I
good.
made Elvin Nepo guard. I need you to understand.
Choices.
Oh my
I
god.
love
Choices.
that. What if our timeless ceramic automaton was a Nepo baby? Is not a question I thought we were going to ask about this
But we
show.
answered it.
But I'm fucking here for it. Christ. Okay, all right. I got a question for you, Craig, about Odeon, because this is kind of really important because obviously this is a guy who said he really does what he's told, right? And I need to know, what does he believe is the best breakfast drink?
Ooh, okay.
man.
Best breakfast drink. So ready?
No. Wait. Okay, now I am.
Okay. That's why we ask. That's why we
Sit
ask.
down.
So Odeon would specifically pick a morning like herbal tea, specifically for the reason of it is the first smell that he would have smelled during his 10 years of training at the church in which he would learn all of his adventuring skills. So that's the first smell that he got. So literally it has been classically conditioned into him to be his favorite morning tea.
Incredible. We're going to need a recipe for that mocked up for the blog. If you could kind of punch that out while we're talking here.
Blog. Blog.
We have a blog.
We have a Tumblr.
Yeah.
Tumblr post. Hold on, I think I can activate my MySpace again.
Let me get
Right.
right on
In
that.
the apocalypse of social media that we find ourselves in, Unbalanced Encounters has
Patrick-
stayed true to the real ones. Tumblr.com.
Patrick, this link is sending me to something called AO3. What's going on here?
No, I recently found out what that was. I was like, what? Why is everyone talking about AO3? What the fuck is... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have the perfect question for Odeon.
Yes.
If he had a blog, what would it be titled?
Oh my God.
I got you. Hold on. Odeon's blog would be titled How to Adventure. And then it would just be a bunch of links to other people's
It's a resource
Link
book.
aggregate.
Like he's like, this is where I learned how to do this, and this is where and
It's
then
just a citation page.
God, that's actually got real big LinkedIn influencer energy, frankly.
The only
Yeah.
social media he
man.
has is LinkedIn. I feel like that is correct. Yeah.
Holy shit.
he's
Okay.
he
Oh,
is
no.
he is always
Just
on
like-
forums trying to get information on things.
Reposting other people's stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What-
He's
but-
the
but
last guy
citing
on
it-
Medium.
He's
Citing-
citing it.
100%.
He does
like,
not.
see what this guy said.
He doesn't have an ego to say, no, this is mine.
Mhm, mhm.
I thought of this. He's like, no, I learned this from someone else. But he also is at the point of like, oh, no, I'm who I am because that's how the system works and that's what's needed from the system. So it's like a rich dude who thinks he's rich because that's how the world works. And it's for the world to continue working how it needs to. And it's really, really terrifying. And I'm really excited to be this terrifying of a character.
I love that.
Borderline sociopathic, and I'm here for it.
This is wonderful and terrifying.
I know we said we were going to go in our initial intro order, but I have to sort of call out here that
Yes,
Odeon, we've talked a little bit about how you're not super close to your family. You've been raised sort of within this context of constant training. You didn't meet your half sister. Your parents separated when you were very young. You did not meet your half sister until you were, I think we said the other day, somewhere around like 15 years
15.
old.
Yes. I can give the scene. if you would
Okay.
like.
Okay, all right, hold on. Everybody, we gotta take a
Dive
minute.
in. All
Take a minute. Clear the canvas of your minds.
Ready? Get some GM Craigums real quick. All right.
Do it.
We show up at the humble estate of the Ospreys, lavish Gothic tower that it is. Odeon walks up, 15 years of age, walks up to the man that is Zachariah.
Zachariah.
Zachariah. Oh, what a douche. Zachariah Osprey.
Daddy Osprey.
Apologies to all Zacharias listening
so
right
sorry.
now.
You
All
didn't
of
choose
you.
that name.
Let's be honest, nobody named Zacharias listening to this
There's
show
so
right
many
now.
Zacharias.
There's just tons. But no. He shows up, looks at his father in his face for the first time. His father looks to him, then looks to his mother and goes, "You've done well." And he probably sees his little sister in the background in her favorite dress, just doing her own thing. And then he
Ripping
goes,
the heads off of dolls.
yeah. And then he goes, "Well, you're off," and sends him off to boarding school for the next 10 years because Odeon is 25.
And as it happens, that half sister is one of our player characters. Emily, please.
Hi. So if you can imagine the twins from The Shining, that's probably what Flo looked like.
The twins from The Shining, but they're one person.
Just
You have to
the
kind
one
of mash them,
combined
like
in a
half of
creepy
one and half
package.
the other.
doing the Kubrick stare. You know what I mean. Up Odeon from behind their father. So Flo, her full name is Ariana Floridia Osprey II, named after her mother. She hates both of those names and therefore just goes by Flo. Her character was very much based on Cusco as a character.
From the
Very-
classic Disney movie, The Emperor's New Groove?
And if you guys have seen Klaus, Jesper, the main character from Klaus as well, very much inspired this character. So very
Genuinely, like, slept on film. I'm not even trying to do a bit right now. It's
I'm
a good
Googling
fucking
it.
I know it's a
good
Christmas
fucking movie.
but like you'll cry.
It's a
Anyway.
good fucking movie.
I got the fish from American Dad. I'm sorry, go on.
No, you're good.
Very much not that.
She is the most spoilt rich kid that you could imagine. She lounges around all day, maybe parties at night with friends that are just as vapid as she is. She got everything she ever wanted and never had to try a day in her life to be seen, to, have any kind of like control over her life. And she was happy. She didn't aspire to anything. She would very happily just spend her daddy's money for the rest of time. And not have to worry about a thing. She's in for a rude awakening, I can tell you that, when this adventure begins. I don't know how much I can talk about being basically kicked out of the family household at the beginning of this arc.
I mean, you just did, so we're in it now, right?
Yeah. So there you go. So very much like all of those movies I said, it's that going out into the real world and realizing how little power she has when she doesn't have money or her father to do all these things for her. Luckily, though, she has her big brother to look after her in all of these adventures. Right, Odie? You're going to look after me, right? No. He's just like,
Craig's studiously avoiding making eye contact with the camera right now.
So that's going to be a whole mood. She is going to be very resilient to anything. Well, reluctant is the word I'm looking for, to do anything, but that will, I'm sure, very quickly change. The class I've chosen,
yeah, because I want to really dive into that, because you have very little power except for the fact that you have a gun.
Yeah, so I have a gun.
Ladies and gentlemen, they thems, if you thought that Emily did not have enough chaos in store running 2 characters last game, we just said, you know what, let's just give her a
cut
gun.
to the end of this. Let's cut to the end of the script and give her a gun. It'll be 12 episodes of that one fucking video of, hey, what do you got there, kid? A knife? No! The whole time.
Yep. So don't bring a knife to a gunfight. So this gun though is a bit fucky. It's a bit weird. Guns aren't really that don't really exist.
They exist. They're just crazy rare.
Yeah. And my class is something called a Godslinger. So this is a class that, Cinder, Patrick, and our game design consultant Mason have been working on as a part of a bigger project. And I wanted to run this class for this campaign, and I'm very, very excited. So basically, the gun is basically a part of an infernal being, and it has some qualities that gives it a bit of a life of its own. She doesn't know this, and was given this thing as she was being thrust out the door by her mother. So like, good luck, you might need this. And she is going to quickly realize that this, what looks like just a very fancy gun, bone handle, gold inlay, very, very expensive looking thing, is going to school her like real fucking quickly. If she doesn't get her shit together, she's going to pay the price, and she's going to gradually figure out what this thing wants from her in the grand scheme of things, and ultimately what maybe other people want from her and always wanted from her. And is she just a puppet?
I love the audacity Emily has in this moment to be like saying this like coy, in this coy kind of voice, like she this knowing glint in her eye. Emily has no fucking idea.
No,
Emily has no idea what this gun was.
Truly don't. But I know it's up to some fuck shit. That's what I know. Because, what kind of an infernal engine wouldn't be up to some kind of fuck shit? So
we said guns do kill people, actually.
Yeah,
for this
and they may even kill the people that are holding the gun if they don't do things properly. This class
also true
is
of real guns.
Yeah, that's fair. There's a lot of real lessons here to be had.
That's true. That's true.
The whole first episode is just going to be an extended gun safety instructional with Emily Grimm.
Also, I think it's real interesting. Your mom went, "It's dangerous to go alone. Here, take this," and it's not like a key or a friend. It's like
It's like gun.
Wait, I need that Zelda remake where they just give you a gun.
That's so
Yes.
funny.
Best mom ever. Just
Best
like,
mom
God. Oh, man.
As far as I'm aware, best mom ever. But Patrick will tell me otherwise, I'm
we'll
sure.
find out.
But we will find out. And you will too, audience, if you stick around.
That's
yeah.
you, Rob.
So this 264-month-old baby is
How
about
dare
to-
you?
Did you math this out?
did.
How the
math.
fuck
Oh wait, he's
dare
already
you?
Definitely
saying
did.
maths you out. It out. Is that
I
is that
mathed it out.
accurate? Okay.
Yeah. I did my
Did you
math.
just translate to UK?
Yeah.
I tried.
It doesn't work well.
That's the metric system,
No,
y'all.
listen,
Y'all
I
didn't know?
appreciate it. The amount of times I have to do the work to translate what the fuck you guys are talking about. Thank you, Caustic,
You're
for
welcome.
doing that for me. So
I do
understood what you
find
were
that
saying.
if I want Emily to understand me more, I just try to throw in words like tiddlywink and wiggle snaps.
Gubbins
and she
earlier,
just
yeah.
gets it.
Yeah, honestly, you'd be surprised how much that helps. So help your local Brit by throwing in nonsense words. Genuinely, it helps with context clues.
Oi, it's right past the giggle snoggers with the elephant whittlebat.
Exactly.
This is
I
a new
perfectly
how-to.
understood
I bet at
what
least
that
one
was.
of those was a real British word, too.
The law of large numbers dictates if you spout nonsense long enough.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Oh, you're 21. Okay, I'm
yeah,
back,
you
y'all.
just did the math. They did the math.
So I'm a
So
baby.
Emily, I'm super curious because you had probably the weirdest job in Rally of playing two very different characters.
Yes.
And we definitely kind of said we didn't want to have to give you that again. That's, you don't want that to become your shtick. But I'm curious, like, what genuinely was, sort of your thought process, and how did it, for arriving at Flow, and how did it kind of differ from the work that you did to arrive at Saffra?
So I wasn't allowed to play a little robot guy, so I had to change my plans.
Wait.
This got
Immediately attacks him.
vindictive.
Immediately
Wow.
attacks him. There was no pause. There was no, it
No,
just
it's fine.
sneaked in.
The rest of us
Hold
just
on.
move away from our
Hold
mic in
on.
this moment. Like,
I wanted to play
Immediately
Wally,
punches
and
her
I wasn't
husband in the
allowed to
face.
play.
Who said you weren't allowed to play Wally?
No, I'm joking. That's a
Show
character.
show me the person who said don't play Wally.
All right, let me get my Discord.
The receipts. The receipts.
the camera goes
Please.
full screen you.
So it was tough because I'm trying to be serious now, guys.
Sabrina just put mom and dad are fighting in the chat.
I don't really. Okay, this is tough because I don't really know how I came up with her. I think it was just I do a good Valley Girl accent, and I thought that could be a funny thing to do. And Patrick said, "Don't you fucking dare!" So then I was like, "Fine, I'll do an English accent, but I still want to be a Valley Girl." And so
I mean, I will
Giving
say,
rise to a
Emily, I
new
will say,
horrifying hybrid.
as much as Spinks and Harissa were very different personality wise, they are both sort of the opposite of a Valley Girl at the same time.
Yeah, they
Yes.
are.
Yes.
that's true. That is true. So I think even though it's it's kind of almost like a weird mash of the two in like a different class, if that makes sense. No, I don't mean D&D class. I mean just like, what if Saffron and Spinks were one person and they were very, very rich?
Right, literal
Yeah.
socioeconomic
Yes,
class.
What if
So
they never
money
had
can
to work a day in
change
their
you.
And
lives?
had maybe the opposite
Into
upbringing.
one person.
And the opposite upbringing, they had a caring mother. So
Wait,
what
all
would
right, so
happen
we're going to start
if...
with the Dragon Ball style fusion,
Yeah.
and then we're going to do a cash injection at birth
Yep.
Whose
yep.
camera
With
am
a
I next
gun.
to that I
with
can
a
like
gun.
Yeah. I
Dragon Ball
genuinely-
but with guns?
It's like,
I'd watch that.
I'm not gonna have a bow.
Let's not even fucking play. I'd watch
Just imagine
Dragon Ball
somebody
with
going Super Saiyan and then the other person just going.
100%.
Oh, it takes me less time to load this machine gun.
Yep. It is, yeah. It's like, who needs a bow and arrow when I can have a fucking gun, bro?
Yeah, no kidding.
Hell
oh
yeah.
my god.
And one thing about this magical gun, it changes forms as and when I need it. If I want a revolver, I want a shotgun, do I want a rifle? This boy does it all.
Emily,
Oh, I didn't know
that was
that.
interesting, yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, that
boom,
whole class
boom.
is chock full
Emily,
of that shit.
and are there lots of guns in the game world, or there's lots of them, right? Like everybody has a gun.
Everyone can get a gun from their local Walmart. Just it takes about 20-minute background check.
This
and then
episode
you're-
brought to you
I
by
was trying to
Walmart.
lead you into giving some world building, but no, you turned to a joke that's just going to
sorry.
confuse people.
No,
Emily, I'm gonna need you to
Walmart
lock
aren't
in.
in the game?
I'm gonna need you to lock
Is the
in.
context clue there?
Right. I gotta be serious for a second. Let's put my serious fedora on.
Serious fedora on.
Ew.
Gross.
Coming close.
You see
All right,
what I have to
milady.
live with?
Come in.
Continue.
No, I'm gonna actually
in.
back up.
Coming close.
No.
Christ almighty.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be such a chaos demon. I'm very nervous.
This is not intentional. I'm just this way. She says.
I panic riff. As such as
I panic riff. Oh, that's good. Oh, man.
all right, to answer Cinder's question, genuinely guns are pretty fucking rare. So I think the rest of the party are gonna be like, what the fuck is that? How did you get that? And I'll be like, I don't know, I'm just rich, I guess. Get good.
I guess.
So
Good.
Skill issue.
how
Your
about
actual
stop being
class.
issue? I'm gonna have the Paris Hilton t-shirt on that's just like stop being poor. Just like
Oh
that's my
I
outfit.
forgot that was a real thing. Stop being poor.
Just buy a house. Why are you homeless? Just buy a fucking house,
Oh,
bro.
my God. I hate it.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
so
really
you guys
said...
are gonna love me.
We've created the two most terrible creatures.
I
Can
can't
can we
believe it's
revisit
true.
the PvP options here?
Yeah, right.
Yes,
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
Lies and
I'm pretty
veils
sure
need to be
I
checking.
put. Wait, was that a thing that we can't PvP? I don't remember.
It was light.
Yeah. Oh, we can. That
could-
light means fucking go.
Yeah.
But just be kind.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be
Just
kind
ask first.
I just need everyone
as
to
we
understand.
Robin Hood you, right? Like,
Right.
I mean, I'll have no money when I'm thrown out of my house, and I would be like, Odeon, you can pay this man, right? He'd be
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Well, I assume you've never actually had to pay anyone. Like you have
No.
someone
No.
who pays for you.
I don't know what money looks
Yeah,
like.
I don't know
Yeah.
how much things are worth. It's like this apple, 300
Content
gold.
warning, I'm
Okay, that
about
feels
to
great.
kick your ass.
It's a banana. What could it possibly be worth? $12?
These eggs, they can't possibly be worth like.
Oh,
less
no,
than
no,
20
no, no, no,
bucks.
no,
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 now
no,
eggs
no,
are
no,
really
no, no,
expensive.
we're not
Yeah.
doing
We
this.
can't
We're not
dive into
doing
this.
this.
We
We're
can't
not
dive
opening
into
this
this.
box. No.
Rob
I
is
mean,
gonna
listen.
lose his shit.
In a
We're
few
here to
months, if I
escape.
say eggs are worth $20 now, they're probably gonna be about $50 by the time
Emily,
this comes
we
out.
just
Yeah.
said Rob is here for an escapist
sorry, Rob.
fantasy. We can't date the episode like
It's okay.
this.
It's too sad.
Goats don't eat eggs.
Don't they? Somebody in
Goats
the
eat
audience,
everything.
can you look up
Yeah,
whether
true.
Eat all the things.
They eat eggs. They eat cans. It's fine.
All right.
I read
Goats
a
don't
book
buy
when I
eggs.
was 5 that goats eat garbage and all that shit.
That's why you can rent them as lawnmowers. I feel like at some point in time, Flo would have been like, "Yeah, I want a goat," and then just let it poop everywhere and didn't care.
It's just in her room.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's chilling.
Yes.
All right, goat in the room. I'm putting it down.
I do
Can I
have
call it
a
Rob?
very important question for Flo because I want to know this as somebody who's really bad at accessories. But what is the one accessory Flo never leaves without?
Oh shit.
Ooh, that's a great question. Holy crap.
Because that's also one
she-
that Flo would probably take seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
100%.
has a signet ring,
Ooh.
which has the family like emblem on it, and it has a little like you can like flip it. You can't see my camera. You can kind of like flip off the little. It's got like a little latch, and there's like
Yeah.
a little bit. Like,
Oh, that's why it's valuable. Okay.
was not prepared.
Oh, I don't know if we said this to the
signet.
rest of the cast yet, but Flo is a
fucking cokehead.
cokehead.
Yeah, I really, really am. It's gonna be great seeing me come down.
I was like,
the
oh, she
withdrawals
cares
are gonna
about a
be like-
family heirloom. No, it's the drugs inside.
But yes,
I was not prepared. I was not.
And then
Ready.
it opens. Like, oh, secret.
Yeah, I
Maybe
was
a
like, ooh,
jewel
little-
inside.
Yeah, a little side
No.
like this. Nope, it's just coke.
No, it's a family heirloom because my mother, her mother, and mother's mother, apparently, so I've been told, used to keep poison in there.
So do you
Right.
all have like a family dealer?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry. I'm
Everybody
not
knows.
rich. I don't know what this life
So-
is like.
I genuinely think Flo gets all of her drugs from her butler, who is also kind of the person who raised her.
Yeah.
That's gonna be great. But he's got somebody he goes to. I'm
I
sure.
feel like that's a nanny that's like, they're easier to take care of when they're drugged.
Right.
Like, Flo's temper tantrums were terrible, so we just gave her a little bit of snuff and then she's calm.
A little bit of whiskey before bed.
Oh yeah, a little whiskey, a little rum, we're fine.
Rum.
A little bit of
Tea.
Valium.
Wait, hold on.
throw it
These
into
are
a
all
gun.
like period applicable things that would have happened
Yes.
in a Western. That's upsetting.
Yes.
Give my child long.
Let's be clear.
night.
If you're listening, do not take parenting techniques from anything in this show.
Or anything we do
Or
as
anything.
an entertainment, or really probably any actual play podcast. That's maybe not a great
Yeah.
source of parental advice.
No.
I imagine a parent Googling live actual plays for parenting advice, and that's what they do.
Dungeons and Daddies is not about being a father.
I mean, it's one way to become a daddy. I have not seen the show. I don't know.
It explicitly says not that kind of daddy on the cover, but that's got a lot of
That doesn't clarify
not
which
involved in
daddy it
human
is to me
trafficking
still.
energy to it, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
call.
doesn't really answer any questions. Not a BDSM podcast.
not that
cool. Okay.
daddy. Okay.
Great. Fantastic. So that's Flo, everybody. Round of applause for our Nepo
Thank you for
princess.
getting
We're getting
through
paid
here.
to
Ask my
applaud for
sister
her.
a question.
Oh, you
Oh,
can ask
all
me a
right,
question.
good.
What does your mom hate about my mom?
I'd not considered
Her
this.
lack of ambition.
Ooh.
I love it.
See,
That was
that's
quick.
fascinating. Mm-hmm. That's fascinating. It has implications because Odeon's mom is not ambitious.
I know.
But there's a lack compared to.
Okay.
Hey, she lost her man, so obviously.
That's what I'm saying. She was obviously lacking in some department. Am I right?
Hold on,
Our
I don't know if
characters-
we can't.
our
These
characters
do not
are
represent the
fucking
views of
disgusting.
unbalanced encounters,
Wait, wait,
folks.
Real Housewives. I'm just
Yes.
throwing it out
I'm
there.
feeling it. I'm feeling
Oh,
it.
Yeah.
this is going to be, so we're
We
doing
got-
this new anthology structure.
got
One of
the
our later
golden-
arcs is going to be about
We got the
And
Golden
Real
Girl Hags
Housewives.
and Real Housewives.
Just all reality TV shows. We are on an island, so
Yes.
Survivor is also a choice.
Yeah,
Yes.
100%. 100%. Speaking of surviving, let's
Awesome segue.
Yes, move
Awesome
on quickly.
segue.
Move away, very far away from me.
let's go to Costa. Costa, could you introduce us to Cal?
Yes, let me introduce you to Cal of Ironwater. And she is old in that she is an old 17-year-old, right?
Y'all ever met just like a real
Yes.
put upon
Yes.
teen?
And we're not
Just like-
talking about like the 7-year-olds who look like 54-year-olds with the clutch pearls and the overblown hair. We're talking
I feel like
about
you're pulling a specific visual that
Yes,
you're
yes.
aware of, and I
We've
have
all
no
seen
idea
the
what you're
meme,
talking.
okay? I will find it for you all. We've seen it. The
Rob,
7-year-olds
back me up here.
who look
This
like
feels like
50-year-olds.
nothing.
No, this is a thing. I have homework to do. I will find it for you all.
I'm just thinking of the Ben Affleck meme where he's smoking.
Yes. Yes. She is a 17-year-old who has worked every day of her life. This is not a 9 to 5. This is an all-day thing. She is exhausted. She's jaded. I'm really excited when she sees these two little spoiled kids and be like, listen here, you little shitheads. Let me show you a thing or two. But she's just exhausted already. I'm excited because I feel like she's a character that's going to resonate with a lot of people right now, right? We're just burnt. She's not one who's ever experienced luxury. She's lived literally in the mud. All right. Ironwater is the bottom of this built up town, right? These are the people that are sludging in the mud, trying to get by, very survivalistic. But she finds her little reprieve and separation as she works as a stable hand with the Moose and the Moose stables. Right? Moose are such a powerhouse. They make this city run. They are strong and big and gigantic antlers. And she feels so comfortable coming up and squishing their loose lips. Right? It's everything. But she's had the chance to experience a little piece of luxury when she was gifted her first chainmail. That is something she would never be able to afford on her own. And to see what quality buys, instead of just keep buying these small little things time and time again that continue to run out or wear out, or she has to constantly mend. This thing has lasted. This thing is still beautiful. It's actually good for her. And it's got her peak to say, what if I don't just keep on this treadmill? What if I change things up? So she's prompted to try out this adventuring thing that, she's seen adventurers, right? She supported them. Some of them she likes, some of them she doesn't. She sees this ecosystem. This is the way things are. But maybe she can make this system work just enough for her that she can take 2 steps up. She's not trying to go to the top, right? Who cares what the sky looks like? But maybe what does like an actual bed look like? What would it actually be like to have a pillow and
I
sleep?
feel bad about my silk.
Sure you do.
Good.
Sure you do.
No, you don't.
And she's been losing it. Cal is plagued by uncomfortable sleep, unrest constantly. It is time for a change. So this 17-year-old is going to be hitting the trails, diving into our tunnels. We're going to see where she goes.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
If you were a rich girl, genuinely, what would be the one thing, rather than the necessities of like, wanting to have somewhere safe to sleep, no longer being covered in mud, all that stuff, what's the one thing you would really want to spend your money on to like spoil yourself? The one like,
I know this will sound weird, but like it's a pillow. Like she's seen it, like it was a window shopping. She had been, finalizing a thing with a client who had left something behind, actually made it up to some of the shopping area. This isn't like fancy, like this is like a pillow you could buy at Walmart, that mid-price one. But like that you could get one that is going to be slightly firm. It's going to have a pillowcase to it. Like that changes everything. Like she would carry that around with her everywhere.
I want to fix this fantasy world for Cal. Craig, want to just go in there and fix it all.
I mean,
yeah,
that's a great point, Craig, because like we had this pitch, right? We were like booming, bustling gold rush town. Money, pretty easy to get, right? You can just go into the lair, pull out something valuable. There's risk, but like we're dealing with people who are financing operations like this. We're dealing with people who are, obviously Emily and Craig made the richest, most insufferable people. Caustic, what was sort of the motivation for going to the other end of the spectrum, for wanting to explore somebody who's coming kind of from the mud up?
I wanted Cal to really go through this exploration of moving from surviving to being a person. We've kind of seen this like in the over talked about like Maslow's hierarchy, but she's at the very bottom of like, I just need to survive. I just need to have like food to eat. I keep working. This is a repeated pattern, but she's never even understood that there are higher options. And so I think it's going to also make a really fascinating contrast to Odeon and Flo. Like their idea of luxury isn't something she would ever expect. Like Cal could never dream of asking to buy a place. Like at most, like her idea is like, maybe I could rent a night at a tavern and that's high-end luxury. Like maybe I can get a sandwich somewhere, right? Like that's to her.
This is hurting my millennial.
That's luxury. Yeah. What's guacamole? Right?
I'm never gonna own a home.
It's different of like what of reframing how the world works for her and what is an option for her. And I love this idea of a character, especially one so young. Like there's so much as we as viewers, like if I'm looking at a person like Cal, like I would see someone like her, like as I look at my students, like you should have every opportunity. Like I want to open every door. And so I'm channeling some of what I want for my students into what I want for Cal. Is like, I want you to see that you should be able to access more, that you should ask for more things. And I want Cal to learn how to ask for herself. And I think that's hard for a lot of us on a universal level. Like, how do we become good advocates for ourselves? How do we allow ourselves to be realized? Admittedly, I just recently finished binge watching Inside Out and Inside Out 2. Like this concept of like forming identity. And I thought,
100%.
I want that.
100%.
And so Cal is, while she has gone through so much, her idea of luxury, her idea of emotional maturity, like those things gone, not there yet. Those are not developed. And it's going to create a really fun perspective, I think.
I just fucking realized we have a Disney character, a Pixar character, and then 2 Disney Pixar villains.
So, like, if everyone could pick a Disney character that their character is the closest to, what would it be? Because I obviously picked Cusco already, because that's my character. But I'm interested on like everyone else.
I don't know if this is a Disney movie, but I will say the kid from Treasure Planet.
Is a Disney movie.
Oh.
It is Disney.
What's his name? Jack?
Jim Hawkins.
Jim
Oh, 'cause
Hawkins.
Because it's just
Treasure
it's Treasure Island.
Yeah.
Oh, can I do video game? Because I was thinking
Yeah.
Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn.
Ooh, yeah.
That's fucking sick.
All right, cool.
What's Mulan's man's name? Li Shang.
No, Ping is his name. Ping is the
Ping.
name that Mulan
Ping is the
uses.
fake
Ping is
name.
Mulan.
Ping is the fake name
Mulan's
Mulan
man's
uses.
name, not
but-
Mulan's man's
Yeah.
name.
Oh,
Li Shang.
Li
for the
Shang.
simple fact that he is so embedded in the system, he doesn't know what is right, what is
Yeah.
wrong, because he just knows the
That's
system.
very good.
All right.
Good
plus he's
call.
hot.
Plus, he's hot and
Yeah,
possibly bisexual.
He's gonna be asking himself some questions.
You know, he seemed open to it, and I respect that.
I was talking more about Lee than my character.
Listen, he definitely rides a bicycle more than a unicycle.
Hey, it's been great
All right, we've
being
got
on
breaking the
Unbalanced
stem.
Encounters.
We've got breaking the stem. We've got riding a bicycle more than a unicycle. What was the other metaphor that made
None of
I'm
it
just
makes
trying to
sense.
set the stage for my character's
sense of humor?
vocabulary to
Donny
be
Osmond.
unusual.
Yeah.
Yay! I like
I
that.
love that. Craig, you're finding out now that I did a lot of musical theater.
I knew that way before this.
You're just like Hugh Jackman. It's great.
No, I'm not. In all the
Your hair's
positive
too
and
long.
negative ways that I could be like Hugh Jackman, I'm just not.
Oh, I've got another question for Cal. Who, apart from like your family, who else is important to you in Ironwater?
Oh, you guys are gonna meet Nicholas. Nicholas is the cutest little four-legged half woodpecker you are all about to meet. Travel-sized pet that we're bringing along.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing, very darling, but also like someone she feels responsible for. It's very exciting.
We
That's
couldn't
very
have an
good.
Unbalanced Encounter story without giving you guys a little guy.
Yeah.
It was
That's
very
true.
critical.
Have to have a little guy.
Very critical that you get a
Oh
little
my
guy.
God.
Super
Gosh.
cute and fluffy, whispers little things in your
Where did
ear.
Nicholas come from? Where did you find Nicholas?
Actually, Nicholas and that particular breed is something that typically accompanies the moose, much like the tiny birds that clean the backs of hippopotamuses.
Oh yeah, all right.
Yes, this is one that helps clean, especially the mold and bacteria that lick off of the antlers
Sorry.
and whatnot. Right, they're a natural pairing, and so
Oh, that really got Craig.
Get all the lichen off of there.
yeah.
I like lichen as an aesthetic there because
Yes.
this is going to be there's a lot of rain
Moss
Yes.
in this
Yeah.
place.
Yes.
Oh, that's I just saw all that. That's cool.
It's
Yeah.
fucking sick. It's fucking sick. And again, we wanted to go kind of in the other direction from Rally and sort of many ways just to flex and try some new stuff. And obviously, a couple of things right off the bat. We have two of our first full casters in sort of a main Unbalanced Encounters show. We know that Weevil is a wizard. Cal, do you want to tell us what
yeah.
your class is?
No, it's a secret. It's actually cleric nature domain,
Yeah.
Oh, let's
which
go.
will be very fun. We're leaning more on the melee practices for now, right?
Sure.
It's been the most practical for Cal to use, but there are a few things that feel natural to her that she's been trying to perhaps ignore at this point because it's not been valuable. It's not been
Yeah.
needed from her. And to be honest, there are people who are trained, who have done classes, right? You should lean on them instead, right? Don't ask me for healing. I'm gonna not be able to do
Fucking
much. You got a little
shit-eating grin
boo-boo,
on
a
Craig's
splinter,
face.
maybe, but like, yeah, go to
God.
the specialists. That's what they're for. That's what,
Exactly. That's why I'm so rich.
they've
is
read
for
books
that. No, I
about
agree
it.
completely.
Yeah. You're rich. You must be good.
Definitely causal. And so we have full casters, and we have a far more magical world that we are going to be starting to construct from the ground
right,
up
you
here.
You are both the strongest casters in the system.
Yeah,
That's
100%.
awesome.
I will say I picked my spells very specifically to go in a utility direction.
Sure.
Like the only damaging spells that I took them because I like their secondary feature.
Oh.
More
my
than
my favorite spell to cast of all times is haste.
Haste is a good spell.
Well, I
I
don't
don't
have
know
third
if
level
we're
spell
at a high enough
slots.
level
That's
yet.
fine.
Oh,
But
also we're
it's
starting
just
at
a
third
fun
level.
spell.
We're
I
starting
picked-
at third level so that everybody has a subclass, which is a thing in Tales of the Valiant.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a subclass at third level.
I picked all of my spells just so I can tell you I have them, but not use them for you all.
Nice.
Yay!
And you know what?
Nice.
You deserve that.
Yes.
Right.
Oh my god.
I have a
Spells for
question.
me, not for thee.
This campaign might as well be called Nobody Wants to Help Each Other.
I have a question
Yes.
about Cal.
Go ahead.
So we know that Weevil gets their magics from learning from hags. Where do you think, going off nature, I have an assumption, but where do you think Cal, is there a divineness to it, or is it more of a worldly thing where your magic is based?
It is more of just the nature of her actions. She doesn't really see in deities because deities have not been looking out for her, right? Like they're not seen. And so there's not really a connection on that end. But in the means of practicality, her auntie who runs the stable, not an official aunt, but helps manage that. That's been something of like, well, you need to do this. And in connection with the moose and how this has come about, it's just been small little ways that, when you think it just becomes easier and it happens. Experience.
Ooh. Okay. I'm excited to see how that gets cooked up into the world.
great.
That sounds sick.
It's going to be fucking great.
I really like that.
And yeah, so these are the characters that we are going to be bringing into this little, what if a gold rush town was stealing from a dragon's horde story that we're going to be telling. This is going to be 12 episodes, and then we're going to move on. We might decide that we want to come back to the Misfortunate 4, depending on how things pan out, depending on who survives. But from there, for the rest of this upcoming year, we're going to be focusing on other stories. As we mentioned at the end of Rally, we're going to be moving to more of an anthology structure, telling a variety of different tales with a variety of different tables, all set in the same world. So expect the big overs of hags and monster magic, moose and little griffin woodpeckers, and as we're going to find out through Odeon, the church, the gun, these things will come up from time to time, but we are going to be telling this story and then moving on to something else. If you're excited about this or anything else that we do, check out unbalancedencounters.com. You can get all of the stuff that we've released. The big thing that already exists in the world is there's approximately 85 episodes of our nearly 3-year-long masterwork campaign, Unbalanced Encounters Rally, as well as a variety of bonus arcs that follow a similar structure. Tales that were told sort of surrounding that story with guests and different GMs. Craig got a hand on the ball with Kids on Boars. Cinder GM'd a few with Blight at the Museum and Cheeky Blighters. Caustic was on Cheeky Blighters.
She was so good.
So you can get all of our existing, again, it's north of 80-something episodes for free. And if you would like to support the show, you can also do so at unbalancedencounters.com. When you do that, every single dollar that you pledge to the show goes to us, and you can get a variety of nice things like early access to episodes, including the ones that are going to be coming out for this arc. You're also going to be able to get a shout out in the show whenever you join. You'll go in the post roll. You will also be able to name NPCs, which is a thing that some of our best characters from Rally were named by our
It's been the best part,
our players.
honestly.
100%.
It's so good.
Radically changes the direction of the show, and
my
already
God.
we've dipped in
Thick
to pull some
Bottom is my
to pull some
Thick Bottom
NPC
is-
names. Percival Thickbottom, let's fucking go!
Dang.
That's not applause while he's walking.
Oh God,
Clapping with his hands. He wants it.
It's perfect.
it's canon. And so you can support us. Every dollar
Emily.
goes to this, I guess, if that's what you're into. I mean, I'm not going to
That's
judge.
what you're in.
I'm gonna judge a little bit, maybe.
We listen and we judge.
We listen and we judge. Actually, weird how that works. So you'll be able to support the show and support these absolute lunatics and all of the variety of things that we hope to do in Tales Yet to Come. So The Misfortunate 4 is going to be coming to you in August 2025. Catch it at unbalancedencounters.com or wherever podcasts are purveyed.
Let's go.
Anybody else? Anybody got anything? All right.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you for being
Thank
here
you,
with us
Rob.
for the show. We really appreciate that. And for everybody else, get fucked, I guess, is the implication there.
Yeah, get out of here, you.
Know your place.
Get outta
It's
here.
behind the goats.
No, you are absolutely lovely and wonderful. And if you are listening to this, you are our very real, non-parasocial best friend. And we owe you our lives. So thank you again. And you guys, Emily, Cinder, Craig, and Caustic, thank you for joining me in the studio today. And I will see you all back here very soon for the first episode of The Misfortunate 4. Good night, everybody.
We are back. We're back.
We're
Now we're
so
leaving.
Goat screams.
I'm going to cut in goat screams underneath this. All right, I'm cutting the tape.